Update 113 has been live on test servers for about a week, and I have some playtime now so I can share my thoughts. The headline features for Update 113 are the new ammo resupply changes, the buff to incendiary ammo, the removal of blood bonds from most gameplay systems, and of course the shooting range, which doubles as both a testing area and a small PvP arena. But there are also some bugs that I hope don't make it into live servers, so let's get into all of that. Perhaps the biggest meta shifting change is the resupply tweaks, where now the number of bullets you get back from each ammo resupply option is a fixed amount. I'll show the numbers here because I don't want to read every individual value, but the gist of it is that compact ammo gets the most back from a resupply, medium is somewhere in the middle, and long ammo gets so few back it's considered somewhat of a nerf, but it also depends on the box you use. Added to this, you don't get extra bullets in a resupply for using the same ammo type on your primary and secondary weapon, though you do still share an ammo pool. This change is clearly targeted at the Opto Sparks pistol combo, and I think it'll reduce how prevalent that is in the 5 and 6 star lobbies, just because the ammo concern can be kind of a hassle. That being said, in all my testing across the different ammo types, I didn't feel particularly hamstrung by any of the loadouts. You'll probably feel it most on long ammo, especially if you used to bring the Sparks pistol or the uppercut, but I would say most of the loadouts are still viable, with the caveat that you may need to plan a trip to the resupply cart after each fight. Also, I would say because the ammo box consumable gives back 2.5 times that of a normal crate, the ammo box is now competing for a consumable slot. That being said, if the ammo changes are keeping you up at night, I would breathe off a little bit of that anxiety because it didn't actually feel that bad. But let's shift focus to the incendiary ammo, which is the change I was most curious about. Now incendiary ammo bullets can ignite targets in one hit within their damage fall off range, and your target will need to extinguish those flames pretty soon, but the hard counter to this is salve skin, which will prevent ignition. Am I still apprehensive about this change? Sure, but the incendiary ammo does have some pretty substantial downsides, like the lack of penetration and the tracers to your location, so maybe it isn't too bad. Given the option though, I'd probably still take FMJ over incendiary, but I think there is a question about how fun incendiary ammo is to fight against if you don't have salve skin, but I guess the same could be said about poison or dum-dum ammo. The big difference here though is you have to stop the flames or lose a bar, which you can only restore through a banish or extracting. I don't know, court's still out on this one. It's fun to use, but I'm not sure it's fun to fight against, and that might put it in the camp with the old Opto and the current flash bombs. Which reminds me of my favorite change with this update, and for some reason it wasn't in the patch notes. Flash bombs got a huge nerf, and that's really great. Oh wait, no they didn't. They are the exact same. I'm actually starting to get curious if Crytek is being funded by Big Mercury because, I mean, come on. Anyway, one change I am actually excited about is the bomb lance can now carry 2 ammo types. There's definitely more bomb lance coming to this channel very soon, so check back for that if that sounds interesting. Other weapon tweaks, the officer carbine has better recoil now, much more manageable. I think most people already viewed it as a head clicker that punishes spam, so I'm curious about that change, but I'm guessing the pick rate just wasn't there for the carbine. I rarely see it in the Bayou, but this change should make it more user friendly, I think, but I'm also not sure that it needed it, so we'll see. Also, the Opto got a recoil nerf that feels well deserved and way overdue. Here's what that looks like. Another massive, amazing, totally awesome change is that you can respec your health bars, remove traits, and reroll hunters without using blood bonds. I have a more in-depth monetization video about that, which I'm still kind of thinking through, I guess, but I really like this change. You can remove traits for 1 less than the value of the trait, so if you remove a trait that costs 4 points, you get 3 trait points back, and that's just a good compromise to me. This is going to be so useful for everyone, but especially solo players who kind of need Necro to have equal footing. Also, small change, resilience now gives you full health, so definitely run that if you're playing solo. That will save you some time and some health charges. I am really happy to see blood bonds get removed from the gameplay systems. Still a bit bummed we won't be earning them after each match, but I'm curious to see what Crytek does with it next. We're going to talk about the shooting range, but first I want to discuss some bugs I've noticed. The obvious and most annoying one is this awful menu scroll. I think I've come to terms with the menu bugs just being a part of the game, But this one is very annoying, and it would be to the detriment of the game if it made it to live servers. There was also a bug where I had to make a new lobby after every match when playing in a pre-made team. Hopefully that is fixed too, but I also haven't tried it since they did the small hotfix. In the same vein, if you invite a person while queuing for bounty hunt and then you decide that you want to go to the shooting range, you have to disband the group and then make a new group once you've selected the shooting range tab. Kind of convoluted. Hopefully they fix that too. Okay, that brings up one of the best additions in a long time, the shooting range, which is, as I said earlier, an area where you can test loadouts or damage falloff for weapons. This is honestly really great for players, for content creators, and for newcomers. You can basically master the damage ranges in this environment and know when your shots are going to do their full potential damage, what surfaces they can penetrate, what traits they benefit from, and so much more. As a feature for transparency to the players, it's really great, and I'm glad they added it. I do wish they were moving targets, but you can kind of get that experience when you enter the shooting range in PvP mode. I also tested that out and had a lot of fun. I wish there were more modifiers like disabling the ground loot so it doesn't become king of the hill, but it's a great private area even if it's limited to 25 minutes. Also, you are limited to 3 players, so hopefully that gets expanded in the future. The problem with new features is we always want more of them. So that about covers all the changes I feel are most notable about this patch. I'll link to the patch notes in the description if you feel like reading through every single change because I didn't include them all in this video. For the most part, I'm excited to see how the update changes the loadouts we see on a match-to-match basis. I'm not too stressed about the ammo resupply changes, but I never use the Avto with the Sparks pistols too much because I want to be an upstanding member of society. And I feel like people are missing it that the Avto is still totally usable, totally lethal, so it's not going away. I want to see how the incendiary ammo feels on live before I pass judgment on it. There is something fun about it, but we might need a new system to restore lost health bars too. I'm not really sure, but we'll find out soon. The shooting range is going to be really helpful for everyone, I think, and a good place to goof off with your buddies or warm up between rounds. Anyway, that covers it for update 113. I'm excited, but I want to know how you feel about it. If you got a chance to try it out, let me know. If you're worried about the ammo changes, which I feel like a lot of people are, I also want to know about that. So tell me down below in the comments, and until the next video, goodbye.